So I know loads of you have been asking me when I'm going to do my next pregnancy update video, and that is what I'm doing now. I am officially into my 3rd trimester, which means I'm doing my 2nd trimester update. I can't believe I'm now in my 3rd trimester, and all my apps are telling me that there's not long to go, there's only like 11 weeks and so many days until my due date, and that I'm on the home stretch, and I'm like, I still have so much to do. There's still so much to do. It's kind of bittersweet because I love being pregnant, so I don't want the pregnancy to be over, but I also can't wait to meet our little girl. I may be eating my words. In a couple of months, I may be like, I am done with pregnancy, get this baby out of me. I feel like most people are, although my mum said that she didn't really have that feeling. She was quite happy up until the day I was born, didn't really have too many aches and pains, but yeah, we'll see. So since my last update, so since about 13 weeks up until now, I've been making notes, and I have organised them into categories to try and make this video somewhat organised, but I have a lot to talk about, so you might want to grab yourself a cuppa, get your dinner, get a snack, something. I'm going to start with symptoms and physical changes. So one symptom that I have been having pretty much since day 1 of becoming pregnant, but it's getting progressively worse, is acid reflux, made worse by things like orange juice and anything that's acidic, so like tomatoes, orange juice, chocolate. So I tried to lay off having those things late at night when I would get acid reflux, but now it's just, doesn't matter what I eat, I just have acid reflux, and it's just this horrible feeling in your throat. It's not very comfortable, but what I have been taking for it are these. This is just Rennie. I've not been taking them loads, I only take it when I really feel like I need them. But I got this little pack because it means I can pop them in my bag. They're quite good, and they just come like that. They're little tablets. They pretty much just taste like Polos. So the dreaded morning sickness, that went away by about week 15. But for some reason I think my stomach is still a little bit sensitive because I can't have any multivitamins without throwing up. But it's fine because I'm getting all the vitamins and minerals that I need in my diet, and I've got some other supplements here that I will show you in a second. So apart from that, morning sickness is gone, which is great. A very obvious physical thing apart from my belly growing are my boobs. Why I have to grab my boobs when I say my boobs, I don't know. But yeah, my boobs have been getting a little bit bigger. I'm sort of used to them now, and you have days where they feel bigger than other days. Like some days I'll wake up and they feel really sort of engorged, like swollen. Not necessarily painful, just like really, ooh, just like round. But the biggest difference are my nipples. My nipples have gotten so big, and they're just getting darker and darker every week. I remember reading on websites that your nipples may get darker. I was looking at mine thinking, oh, have they, or I don't know. Trust me, when they do decide to get darker, you notice, because my nipples are so dark now. My energy levels are much better. I swear I spent most of the 1st trimester just sleeping day in, day out. Even if I slept all day, I would easily be able to sleep at night. Now I'm kind of having the opposite. Got quite a bit of energy. I mean, there are days where I get quite tired. I had a couple of weeks where I was quite tired around 25, 26 weeks, but I think that's just because baby was having a growth spurt. But in general, my energy levels have been so much better, which they all say happens in your 2nd trimester, and so I'm hoping I don't get tired again in this trimester, but baby's growing a lot now, so who knows. But I am struggling to sleep a little bit. I've never been great at sleeping anyway, but I'm definitely struggling with getting to sleep quickly at night and staying asleep and not waking up super early in the morning because I'm either hungry or I'm thinking about lots of stuff. I think partly I can't sleep very well because I've got a little bit more energy than usual, but also I think I'm just thinking a lot about work stuff and baby bits and what we still need to do around the flat and what we still need to buy, and I think it's all sort of just going around in my head, which I think is very normal for this time of pregnancy. I've noticed the bigger I get, the more prone to hip and backache I am. It's not too bad if I'm just sort of sat here filming, talking to you guys, or just doing bits around the house. It's only if I'm really active, so I don't know, I pop up to London and do a lot of walking, or I'm doing housework and things like that, and then my back will start to hurt. But that's very common, and I just use my hot water bottle. Hot water bottles work wonders. Fill up a hot water bottle, pop that on my back, and it feels amazing. I started to feel her move in my tummy, and if you guys didn't watch our gender reveal, then you might not know that we're having a girl. So if you haven't watched it, we're having a girl, by the way. I started to feel her around 16, 17 weeks, but it wasn't until our 20-week scan that I really started to feel her. It was like someone had flicked a switch. We went to our 20-week anatomy scan, and that evening I was sat on the sofa and was feeling the biggest kicks, and then the next evening I could actually see them through my stomach. It's amazing how a couple of days can make a difference in pregnancy. It's amazing what a week or a month can do in pregnancy. I first started seeing movements really low down, so I'd have to sort of pull my knickers down and I could just see little pokes, and then you get the odd sort of wobble in the middle part of your belly, but it was usually quite low down. Now I'm at 28 weeks and she is just having a ball in there. She's really active at about 11 o'clock at night to about 2 in the morning. That's when she has a right old party in my tummy, and she's just getting stronger and stronger. It's usually sort of every few hours she'll wake up and have a little wiggle and a little poke around, but it's in the evening where she's proper just going for it, and my stomach could just constantly be moving around. Oh my goodness, guys, can you see that? Look at my belly button. Oh, whoa, oh my goodness, did you see that? Did you see that? She's going for it. It's, whoa, oh my goodness. This is the worst footage. It's on my phone, but my camera kept going out of focus, so I'm just recording it on my phone and it's really dark. Oh, she's moving. She is moving again. Oh, I can feel her. Oh, it's so hard here. It is 1:30 in the morning. Oh, well, there she goes. You see her, she's come over here. Oh, hello. Hello, little one. Oh, little foot here. I don't know if oh, hello, there's another one. It's really hard for, I might have to replay bits. I might have to replay bits, because I don't know if you guys are catching all of this. Oh, she's really going for it. I'm just going to keep recording. I hope my camera doesn't cut out, because I don't have much memory on my phone. Wow. You hear everyone say that it's the best feeling in the world, feeling your baby move and seeing your baby move, but it really is. It really is the best and the weirdest and most surreal feeling. But there's so many different movements as well. Sometimes I can look down at my tummy and I can't even feel her moving, but my stomach will be kind of wobbling like that. Sometimes it's a proper kick and my stomach sort of jolts like that. Sometimes if you lay down, you'll see that she's just lying on one side because my stomach would be wonky. One of you guys asked me if it was painful, and it's not painful, but sometimes it's peculiar. I am expecting a few kicks to get painful, you know, when I get my first little jab in the rib. I mean, she's had her foot in my rib and on my hip a couple of times, and almost every night she will kick my hip when I'm on the sofa and it will make me jump. You can just sit there having lots of little kicks and wiggles and you're not really thinking about it, and then all of a sudden she'll do something and it will just make me go, oh, like that. And it's usually if she kicks my hip or kicks a really weird part of my body. Sometimes it almost takes the air out of me, like she doesn't wind me, but sometimes it can be a really sort of proper kick, or she'll be turning around and it's like this vibration through your body, not vibration, but it's almost like an echo in a hallway or something, and it almost makes you go, ooh, and like sort of, ooh, ooh, so it takes your breath away a bit. And so when she's doing loads late at night, I'm like, oh gosh, give me a break, hang on. Oh, but it's just the best thing, and Doug and other people can even feel her kicking around in my tummy now. Also, something that started to happen this week is actually being able to feel her limbs. I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but basically if you got a bit of material under your hand and then you got an object, so say I got my phone and then rubbed my phone against my hand like that, that is what it can feel like. It's like I can feel her hand, her fist, or her knee or her foot, I don't know what it is, but I can feel this hard object sliding against my hand, and oh, it just makes me want to meet her so much, because you can feel that it's a proper little person, like a proper limb or a proper hand and a foot. It's just different from like the little nudges and kicks that you get throughout the day. I don't know if that makes sense, but like you can actually feel that there's like a hard object in your stomach. You can feel that there's soft sort of, you know, fluid around, and then all of a sudden there's just like this hand or this foot. I could probably go on for ages trying to explain this and still not make any sense, so I'm going to move on because I feel like I've spoken about her moving in my tummy for the last 10 minutes. That's pretty much it for symptoms and stuff. Oh, varicose veins. So in pregnancy you are prone to developing varicose veins because of the more blood that's in your body and the pressure. Obviously you've got more weight on you, so there's more pressure on your legs. For me, varicose veins was something that I had from the age of 11. I know. How an 11-year-old has varicose veins, I don't know. I also had shingles when I was 16. Shingles is something older people get as well. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just seem to get these things. The varicose veins I have aren't all blue and discoloured and like really lumpy. It's literally just one lump on each shin and they're symmetrical. I've just had them since I was quite young. And I used to find that they would only sort of cause me discomfort if I was, I don't know, to run somewhere or walk really fast. But now, even just walking at my normal pace, I find that my shins can become quite uncomfortable. And it's not painful, but I get this immense pressure build up in my shins. And it's, well, just not even just my shins, just the whole calf, shin, leg area. And it's really uncomfortable. But I'm hoping that will ease off once the pregnancy goes. Weight-wise, up until today, I have gained 27 pounds. A lot of it was also baby and amniotic fluid and placenta and umbilical cord and all of that malarkey. But a lot of it is body weight, and I'm so happy. If you know me, you know that I've been trying to put on weight for the last 2 years and had absolutely no luck. I'm one of these people that can eat whatever I want and I just don't really gain weight. And it was getting me quite down because obviously now I'm in my 20s and I'm not 18 anymore, sort of my face naturally slimmed down anyway. So lots of people thought I'd lost loads of weight and I hadn't. It was just my face naturally slimming down. I'm naturally just very petite and I've just got like little wrists and a little rib cage and a little waist. I think part of me wanted to gain weight because I wanted to gain weight just to feel more confident about myself, but also being on YouTube I was getting some nasty comments about my weight and how skinny I was, and it's just like, if only people knew how much I ate. And it wasn't until I got pregnant that I've managed to put on weight, and I don't know whether there's a science behind it, whether your body lets you put on weight more easily when you're pregnant because it's like a survival instinct. So if anything was to happen to me where I couldn't eat for a couple of days or so, I would have those fat stores for me and baby. I don't know, but I've been able to put on weight so easily since being pregnant and I'm loving it. And I'm really hoping I can keep some of the weight on post-pregnancy. Obviously I'm going to lose quite a bit of it because I won't have the baby inside me anymore and all of that stuff, but I'm hoping the weight that I've managed to gain on my arms and my legs and my face and anywhere else stays on. So the last and biggest symptom and physical change is my belly, obviously. So I will insert a bump shot now. Excuse the pyjamas, but it's the easiest thing for me to be able to show you my bump in. So as I film this, my bump is 28 weeks and 4 days. This is it from the front. I'm quite surprised at how neat it is at the sides. I still kind of go in here and my hips, and I don't have great stomach muscles, so I don't really know what that's about. I haven't been able to feel my hips in a very long time. As you might be able to tell, I do have that dark line that runs from my pubic bone to my belly button, and it actually goes above my belly button. And I pretty much started getting that from the end of the first trimester, and it's just getting darker and darker every week. My belly button is still in one piece. It hasn't popped yet. I don't think it's going to pop, if I'm honest, because I've always had a really deep belly button, so even though I can actually see the bottom of my belly button now, which creeps me out because I hate belly buttons. My belly button was so deep before that even though it's gotten really shallow, it's still quite deep for a belly button, so I don't think it's going to pop. That's it from the front. From the side, this is what it looks like, a lot bigger than my last update video. As you can see, it's obviously gotten bigger, but it's also rounded out a lot. Now, it is bonkers how much your bump can change throughout the day. So 1 minute it can be perfectly round like this, and the next it can be really low down and super pointy and quite flat up here, or it can be lopsided. It changes all the time, it depends where baby's sitting. But at the moment it's quite hard at the front, so I think she's got her back facing forward, if that makes sense. That's it from the side, and that's it from the other side. And from the back, I just look pretty normal, I think. But yeah, that's my bump and I love it. One thing I love about pregnancy is that for once in my life, and that kind of sounds really sad, but for once in my life I feel confident about my body. I've managed to gain a little bit of weight. My stomach was always my problem area, just because one, if I did have any weight on me, it would be on my tummy, but two, I don't have very good bowels, and so I've always been constantly bloated. So to just be able to let my belly hang out is amazing. Anyway, I'm going to talk about pregnancy related products that I've been using and also supplements that I've been taking. This box here is Spartone Liquid Iron. So it's a natural iron supplement. Come in sachets like this. It's water that's naturally high in iron. But all I do is I pop some in a glass and I have it with some orange juice. And having it with orange juice is great because vitamin C helps with absorption of iron. Now they do say that in pregnancy to take 2, but because I'm not anemic, I don't want to go overboard with the iron, just in case, you never know. Oh, and the main thing, they don't make me throw up. And then the only other supplement I've been taking are these vitamin D tablets. Because I live in the UK and you don't get much vitamin D from the sun, especially in the winter and in springtime, it's very important that I have vitamin D. So I've just been taking these Boots ones. So that's that. So I've been asked a lot whether I've been using anything on my bump to help with stretch marks. I have been using these 2 products. This is a Nivea Body Firming Lotion, and I've been using this for about a year now. I love this. This is my daily moisturiser. It's so nice. It just feels amazing. Every morning, if I don't bother to put it all over my body, I always bother to put it on my arms, and also now because I'm trying to keep my belly nice and moisturised, I'll slap it on my belly and also around my hips and any other area that I feel like will stretch. And then every night before I go to bed, I have been using the much trusted Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula with vitamin E massage lotion for stretch marks. I've been using this before bed because this is a lot thicker. I only use it on my stomach and my hips because I don't really like using body butters, and this does smell like cocoa, which is quite a strong smell. And also I like to use a more intense treatment at night because when you're sleeping, that's when your body's doing the most repairing, and that's when it's going to make the most of a product. So far I haven't got stretch marks, but I'm not going to hold my breath. All the women in my family have stretch marks from pregnancy, and I've heard that it's something that can be genetic. I'm going to be doing my most amount of growing in this next trimester, so I'm not holding my breath. If I get stretch marks, I get stretch marks. Creams are never going to prevent them. If you're going to get stretch marks, you're going to get stretch marks, but I just hope that if I do get stretch marks, that these would have helped to reduce them to some extent. You don't know, but I can only try. Oh, Amazon just dropped parcel off and I was shouting at the door like, the door's open! Douglas, just open the door! And it wasn't Doug. Whoops. I wasn't expecting a parcel on a Sunday. Last thing I'm going to talk about are appointments and scans and tests and all that malarkey. So at 16 weeks, Doug and I paid to have a private scan because I just couldn't wait any longer to find out whether we were having a boy or a girl. She was like, I think you're having a girl. I was like, really? And Doug was like, oh, okay. But she was like, can you just go to the toilet and empty your bladder and come back in so I can sort of get a better view? And I went into the toilet and I almost cried because I was like, oh my God, I'm getting the little girl that I've always dreamed of. And I went back in and she did another scan and she went, yeah, definitely having a girl. She also did a 3D scan for us, which was really, really cool. And we got to take a DVD back and lots of photos. I'll try and insert some now if I can. So yes, since week 16 we knew we were having a girl, and then 4 weeks later we had our 20-week anomaly scan, and as far as she could tell everything was looking great. We double checked the gender and she said nope, you're definitely having a girl. The only thing at this scan that we found out was that I have a low-lying placenta, so it's not a placenta previa, whatever they call it. So my placenta's not completely covering my cervix, but it is very low and it's also at the front. Got another scan at 34 weeks just to check that the placenta's moved, because obviously as your uterus grows, the placenta will kind of stretch with it. I think the chances are my placenta has moved, but if it hasn't, then I will probably need a cesarean, which isn't the end of the world, but it's, you know, it's not ideal. I don't really want a C-section, but if I have to have one, I have to have one. But apart from that, everything was looking great. And then that leads us on to my most recent midwife appointment, I don't know which number appointment it is. I see her every sort of 4 weeks, once a month. She did the usual. She took my blood pressure, a weed in a pot, all of that delightful stuff, and everything was still fine. She obviously listened into baby's heartbeat again. For the first time, because I would have been about 26 weeks, for the first time she measured my stomach with a measuring tape. She said that I was 25 centimetres, so at 26 weeks I was measuring within the average spectrum, but slightly small. She said she's not concerned because it is still within what they would expect measurement wise. At each week of pregnancy is where they like you to measure at. So at 26 weeks they'd like you to be 26 centimetres, 27 weeks 27 centimetres, and so on, and they let you have a leeway of 2 centimetres each way. Yeah, so measurements were all fine, and that's that. That is it for my second trimester update. And we're to think that the next time I'll be sat down giving you guys a pregnancy update will be when I'm full term. I'm not going to wait until I'm 40 weeks pregnant to do the third trimester update, just in case. You never know when baby's going to decide to arrive. I will probably film that when I'm about 37 weeks. And then anything after that, you know, I'll give you updates on elsewhere. If you want more updates on life and baby and all of that, I have my Instagram, I have my Twitter, I have my other channel where I do vlogs, and I even have Snapchat now, so all the links will be in the description. I'll leave links to the products that I mentioned, like the body lotions. Yeah, that's it. I have talked for England. This is going to be a long video to edit, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the little update, and I will see you in my next video. And also, loads of you are asking me whether I plan on doing any other baby videos, and of course I am. I'm going to be doing a baby clothing haul, a maternity clothing haul, hopefully a nursery tour. I've got loads planned, so don't worry, there'll be lots of baby stuff coming very, very soon. But until then, I will see you in my next video. Mwah.